The first XRP ETF in the United States is going live tomorrow. I'll give you the details, who's the issuer and what type of ETF it is. And the SEC is hosting its next crypto roundtable this Friday. I'll share the list of attendees. And one of the major crypto investment firms is looking to go public this year on the NASDAQ. I'll give you all the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, there's nothing new to report on the price. In this morning's live stream, we broke down the different things that are happening in that Bitcoin, even though it started moving below 80K, still holding up strong, but the stock market's still seeing a lot of pain, but nothing new. And we have to wait for there to be some sort of resolution as it relates to the tariffs. And in addition, some sort of signal from the Fed on rate cuts as well as quantitative easing. So at this point, it's a waiting game. So just want to let you know about that. Now, big news, we got James Seyffert of Bloomberg, he's an ETF research analyst, said that Ethereum, if I'm saying that right, is launching the first XRP ETF in the US tomorrow. It's Xrp will be a 2x long XRP futures. So the description from Bloomberg Terminal is the 2x long daily XRP ETF is an ETF incorporated in the United States. The fund seeks daily investment results before fees and expenses that correspond to 2 times the daily price performance of XRP for a single day, not for any other period. So guys, a couple of takeaways here. One, the first XRP ETF. Clearly, there's demand for this asset. And we saw that XRP futures went live on Bitnomial, and they will be going live on Coinbase later this month. We know that there are over 9 XRP spot ETF applications in with the SEC. Now, there's also Solana ETFs and much more. So the market wants altcoin ETFs, and of course, XRP's up there. And we had some resolution with the Ripple case. We're still waiting for the SEC to put the official announcement out, but the Ripple team highlighted that this thing is essentially wrapped up. They'll pay their $50 million fine and move forward from there. So I expect the XRP, Solana, and other ETFs to get approved. It's just a matter of time. And hopefully it doesn't happen anytime soon. It happens when the market is rebounding out of this tariff madness, right, folks? So, but this is a very good sign, guys, that this is going live. We're just seeing a lot more products around XRP going live. And like I said, there's appetite for a lot of altcoin ETFs, especially those in the top 10. We saw AVAX, HBAR, and even Doge as well. So all good signs of things to come. This is very bullish in my opinion. Now, attorney John Deaton weighed in on this news, and he highlighted the juxtaposition of how things were 4 years ago versus now. He says, what a difference 4 years makes. And around this time 4 years ago, I was filing a motion to intervene into the Ripple case, asking Judge Torres to allow a putative class of XRP holders to become actual defendants in the case. Most lawyers laughed at my motion, although to be honest, I didn't blame them or even get mad. It had never been done before. I knew Judge Torres would never force the SEC to sue at the time 12,600 XRP holders, which eventually grew to 75,000. But man, did it send the right message. Other than sending that message, my real goal was to be appointed amici counsel with participatory rights, which in effect she did. In her summary judgment decision, she ruled XRP itself is not a security, citing XRP holder affidavits as one of the reasons for her decision. On 2 separate occasions within her written ruling, Judge Torres cites the efforts we made, the affidavits, and at footnote 16. And today, this is like the 20th XRP related ETF. Never say you can't make a difference. So shout out to John, right? He really helped in getting this resolved and helped put the SEC in check here under Gary Gensler's tenure, of course. Now, moving ahead, the SEC has a Crypto Task Force Roundtable this Friday. This will be their second, and there are actually 5 that are scheduled for this year. So this second one will take place this Friday. This meeting will focus on tailoring regulation for crypto trading and will include representatives from Coinbase, Uniswap, Cumberland, Falcon Network, and others. So the SEC tackling different aspects of crypto at these different roundtables. Folks, this is what we wanted to see under Gary Gensler's tenure, but we know his actions were politically motivated. He was a puppet on strings being controlled by Elizabeth Warren, who was in turn being controlled by the TradFi incumbents getting disrupted. But it's night and day, right? A complete 180 from what took place over the past 4 years, and incredible what the SEC is doing now to transparency, working with the industry, having dialogue, meetings, and much more. So I'm very bullish on the future of crypto, guys. Things are setting up really nicely here. Now, we also got news that Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital is redomiciling from the Cayman Islands to Delaware to take advantage of the US's new crypto-friendly environment. The company plans to list on the NASDAQ after completing its reorganization. It currently lists on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Now, Mike Novogratz tweeted out about this, saying this is a big milestone for Galaxy. Our registration statement is now effective with the SEC. We're on track to list on NASDAQ shortly after our shareholder vote on May 9th, contingent on completing our reorganization. Let's go. Now, many of you may know Mike Novogratz is a billionaire investor. He started in the TradFi markets. He came to crypto, built a huge firm. They've invested in many different companies and coins. And they've been successful. Now, many of you know the blow up with Luna, right? Mike, I think, absolutely regrets that. He got a Terra Luna tattoo on his arm and all that. That was a shit show, of course, but I think he's learned his lesson. But regardless of that situation, Galaxy is a successful firm making incredible returns. And again, signs that people are bullish. They're looking to go public, right? We just saw Circle filed to do an IPO. eToro had also filed to be or to go public. So the signs are there that people see a recovery in this market and the bull market continuing, and that crypto will continue to grow, and going public and being listed publicly is going to be big for them. So guys, a sign of the times and what's to come. Incredible stuff here. Now guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Trezor. Trezor makes beautiful hardware wallets that make it easy for you to safely store your crypto assets, guys. So I'm a big believer in self-custody. I have been for years. I told you guys, I don't keep my crypto on exchanges. I keep the majority on hardware wallets. And Trezor, guys, they were the first to create a hardware wallet. They started it all. And in addition, they created the seed phrase setup. So they were the pioneers. They started this in 2013. They have some very beautiful products. I'm a big fan of the Trezor 5. Specifically, I own that device. It's easy to use, and they support a variety of tokens. All your top tokens, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your XRP, Solana, Cardano, much more, Dogecoin. And they even support new coins, even institutional coins. For example, they support BlackRock's BUIDL token. Yes, the tokenized money market fund, which is incredible. And they have a software suite called Trezor Suite that allows you to easily manage all of this. And they also offer a one-on-one service to help you get your device up and running. So you can work directly with a customer service rep to help you get your device up and running, and they answer all your questions. So Trezor's wallets are open source, guys. They've been doing this for a long time, and they have amazing functionality and capabilities. So if you'd like to learn more about Trezor and grab a Trezor 5, a product that I use, you can check out the link in the description. Now, folks, look at this. We continue to see major Wall Street firms get involved in crypto, whether they're launching products, tokenizing, or they're investing in different companies. And here, Franklin Templeton leads a seed round into a stablecoin startup looking to outsource yield generation for users. So not only does Franklin Templeton have ETFs, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, and they have just recently filed for an Xrp ETF, they are tokenizing, and now they're investing. Do you see where things are headed, right? They're not bearish on crypto, guys. BlackRock's not bearish on crypto. They're bullish, but they have the macro view. So the company they led a seed round in is called CAP, C-A-P, and they led an $8 million seed round. This is a blockchain startup looking to launch an interest-bearing stablecoin and accompanying lending market. So the funding round follows a $1.1 million community round on the crowdfunding platform Echo, created by Jordan Kobe Fish. Previously, angel investors in CAP included prominent members of the so-called Mega ETH Mafia, venture capitalist Spencer Noon, Layer Zero founder Brian Pellegrino, Blockworks founder Jason Yanowitz, and investors associated with platforms like EtherFi, Stakehouse Financial, and Meteoria. So CAP is deploying its core protocol using the shared security marketplace EigenLayer, which allows users to reuse the security generated from staked assets around multiple platforms. The solution ultimately settles on Ethereum, but will focus its growth and usage on Mega ETH, the nascent Ethereum Layer 2 design as an alternative to the rollup centric universe. Guys, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I see the biggest firms in the world, on Wall Street, banks, stock exchanges, and much more, going all in on crypto in many different ways and facets. It's incredible. So this is, I often say, these type of news items are not making headlines on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, the mainstream, right? The masses are not paying attention to what's happening here, but eventually they will. They're going to be using the technology, and they're going to come in late, but the opportunities here to get in early and obviously make great returns. Now, crypto, of course, is a global asset class, and we continue to see a move towards crypto globally. So Hong Kong allows crypto staking for licensed platforms, ETF, as global competition heats up. Guys, remember what I've been saying, and I wrote the newsletter. Hong Kong's the testing ground for China. I believe China is going to open up ETF investing for Bitcoin and Ethereum to its mainland citizens. And the reason why the ETFs will be appealing, it allows the capital to stay in the country. One of the challenges, or what the Chinese government is trying to do, is they've tried to put barriers so capital doesn't leave their country. But if people put it into Bitcoin in the ETF format, it ain't going nowhere. It's staying there, right? It's a financial product. Now, if they buy the Bitcoin directly on exchanges, it can easily be moved out. So this is why I believe China is going to embrace this, because it fits within what the hell they're trying to do, whether it's right or wrong. It's not for me to debate or hear, but I'm just giving you my thoughts and the facts about what's happening. So this is huge. So Hong Kong's top financial regulator now allows licensed crypto platforms and exchange-traded funds to offer staking services, marking a step closer to the region's ambition of becoming a cryptocurrency hub. Guys, game theory is playing out here. Dominoes are falling globally. In a statement released Monday, the Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission said it provided regulatory guidance about staking for licensed virtual asset trading platforms and for crypto ETFs. Here's a quote. "We have noted investors' demand for staking services and the potential for staking activities to contribute to the security of the blockchain network. The SFC stipulates that VATPs must obtain the regulator's prior written approval before offering staking services, and crypto ETFs are also required to seek approval to engage in staking. Specifically, crypto firms are required to implement safeguards to prevent service-related errors, protect clients' staked crypto assets, and clearly disclose associated risks." Guys, it's what I've been saying for a long time. They're not going to ban it. They're going to embrace it. They're going to put the guardrails. They're going to tax the hell out of it, right? Because they want their revenue off of it, of course. And I hope you recognize that globally there's a movement, a race here for the land grab. Now, one of the things we're waiting for here in the United States is for the SEC to approve staking in the Ethereum ETF. And then when they add other proof of stake altcoin ETFs, they also include staking there. I think, as I've been saying, that once staking is added to the ETH ETF, it will attract a lot more inflows, and it could be a strong narrative and catalyst that drives the price of Ethereum higher as the bull market continues, and helps ETH because it's been suffering this bull market. So very bullish news here. Now, this is news I highlighted in the live stream earlier, but I have to mention it again because it's so huge. So former Binance CEO and of course the founder, CZ, or Changpeng Zhao, he just was appointed by the Pakistan government as a strategic advisor to Pakistan's crypto council. Remember, he just did this for Kyrgyzstan. So shout out to CZ, man. He's doing some amazing work here. I know indirectly this helps Binance, so it's a smart move on his part, but it also helps the adoption of crypto. And he's going to these countries, who are maybe smaller countries. They don't have all the resources. They don't have maybe a lot of entrepreneurs in the crypto industry there. So he's going, educating them, advising them on blockchain and much more. So once again, look at where the puck is going, right? For crypto. Incredible stuff here. I mean, this is just huge. And countries which you wouldn't even think about would be involving crypto. Like, would I have thought, okay, what about Pakistan? No, right? Or Kyrgyzstan. Some of these countries are very small. You don't hear much about them. They're not top of mind. But look, crypto is a global asset class and technology. I'll say it for the millionth time. Your economy, your markets, and your government will be running on blockchain. That is the future. As Larry Fink said, tokenization is the future of finance. They're going to put everything on the blockchain, guys. So that's the news. I know the tariff stuff is causing a lot of fear and uncertainty, but guys, look past it. As always, when in doubt, zoom out. It's all higher highs and higher lows. Yes, we have a roller coaster ride in the markets. Yes, there's crashes in markets, right? It has happened throughout history, but what happens? Recovery. They're going to print money. The world governments, the central banks, the Fed is going to do it. They may not call it quantitative easing. They'll call it something else. But as long as they're injecting liquidity and that comes from debasing the currency, asset prices will rise. So I hope you understand how this game works. And you understand the macro here. And you're not listening to Jim Cramer, but you understand the principles of the market and what's going on. Folks, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. Also, check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And my new course at mycryptocourse.com. Expand your crypto knowledge. Knowledge is power. This is a comprehensive course that covers every aspect of crypto. It's at mycryptocourse.com. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.